Hello everyone, this is Ron again with the 5th episode of my full playthrough of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I made a lot of progress last time, cleared out Aurochs's quarters and that, and this time I'm actually looking at possibly even finishing up the main regular castle. I don't want to go so far as to say I will actually get into the inverted castle, because there are various things that I need to do to make that happen. But I will get that done, but I should be all ready to go. I have one more area that I need to explore. I need to go there in order to get another item that I need to access a certain area to get another item that I need. I need to get some armor so I can go to an area in the chapel. And then real quick, it's been a little bit since I last played this, I just want to check my weaponry here. I'm packing the shield rod. Okay, yeah. So we'll head down here. And we're going to head back to the underground area, I think. But I think what I'm also going to do, based on the area I need to go to, so we'll just head straight down there. I was thinking about heading over to the library first. I said I was going to do that, then I wound up not doing it. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not even going to use the transporter because where I want to go is pretty close by. We will just go this way. And then for the shield rod, see that? I actually looked up, I actually remembered how to do it. But basically, as I said previously, the shield rod has different effects based on the shield you're using. And there are some shields that do like attacks and stuff. When I get those, I'll get into that, 'cause some of them are actually really cool. Hunter sword. Actually, strangely enough, I have never gotten that drop before. In all the times I played it, I've never seen that guy drop that particular item. Looks kind of like the Alucard sword, but not as fancy. It's got a little bit more attack. I lose the defense bonus, but that's okay. Alright, we'll take care of this guy. Yeah, we'll just head down here. And then, I believe in the underground caverns, or catacombs I think is what they're called, I'll be getting some other things that I really kind of want. So I was just looking at my playtime. It's saying my playtime is 3 hours, 15 minutes, which is strange. But to head back down here, and in fact there's actually a couple bosses we're going to do. One of them that's a little bit more important to the plot, oh no, don't want that. I was just checking my familiars real quick because I was going to see if I wanted to go and get a different familiar that I can get. But I'm not going to bother with it, just because the fairy familiar is fine. In fact, I may just leave that familiar out for most of the game, depending. If I do switch it out, it'll probably be for the demon familiar. I know I talked about that previously. And then, in here, there is some things that I have missed. Oh, Actually, this area I could have gone in sooner. Oh well. Not that big of a deal. I don't think there's anything too important here. There's heart max up. Item, bandana. I don't think that's actually better. More defense but less intelligence. Not what I'm looking for. And some of these items I'm picking up, you saw like the javelin and the magic missile. They are like throwable weapons, or like one-time use. I tend not to use them except on a specific boss, which is in the reverse castle. And then because of the version I'm playing on, however, when I get to that boss, he's not going to be... It's not going to take as long as he does on the original. It'll be a little bit unfortunate. He's not going to be the full challenge. And it's funny, when I first played this game, this part that I'm going through right now with all these spirit eyes and these archers gave me fits. I had a very difficult time with it. Like, I kept getting hit by archers, the spirit guys would get me. But then, like, when I got better at the game, like, it just became super, super easy for me to do, almost like clockwork, basically. And then, strangely enough, that drawer, you can stand down that. Oh, I probably should have gotten this sooner. Oh well, I'll take it now. Not a big deal. You know, I remember this area. Why didn't I come here sooner? This particular part of this area, anyway. Oh well. It's not that big of a deal. And then there are some important things in this area. It's underground caverns kind of deal that I really need to make sure I do. And then to show off the gravity boots, I'm going to go up this, which I fell down previously. I'm going to turn into the bat, and I'll get that money right there. And I'll hop back right over here. Over here is a neat little thing. There's actually another boss that's going to be over here. It's kind of interesting how the game presents it to you. We'll be getting to it shortly, so it'll be cool. The Claymore. This is another two-handed weapon. This one is outclassed by what I have, but this two-handed weapon is sometimes people's first real introduction to it. It has a decent slashing attack and an optional thrusting attack. Like I mentioned earlier, I tend to not use two-handed swords because whatever damage bonus they may give you is usually offset by having a good shield. In this case, the sword I have right now is indeed better than the Claymore, so I will not be using it. Oh yeah, this is that place where you get all these meal tickets. These are interesting little items. Let me gather them all up here and I'll show you what they do. And the moonstone. Oh yeah, it improves your stats and that based on like the time. And it's really interesting how it does it. But anyway, to go back to these meal tickets here, it says mystery food ticket use. When you use it, it generates a random food item that drops and you pick it up. Here, got pizza. And then these food items, you know, just for sake of example, you use it, it throws it out, pick it up, it heals you. It's just kind of like it's like a weird sort of like potion, more or less. Okay, now see here we have a regular save room. I'll save. Now, if you're paying attention to how the game's been going, you think, oh man, save room, probably Boston, something like that. And you would be correct. But however, how it presents it is a little bit different. But it's this madness. It's a different looking save room. It's got purpley stuff. We're gonna go in it here. And this is Nightmare. This just gives some of Alucard's backstory.
Mother!
That voice! Alucard, it's you!
I'm coming, Mother! I'll save you!
No, Alucard! Don't come here!
But Mother!
It's all right. If my death can save others, I'd gladly surrender my life.
Mother, no! Please, no!
Yes, Alucard. Watch me die, and remember always my last words to you.
Yes, Mother.
You must despise humans. They are to be your prey.
Seems like an odd thing for a human to say.
Better for them to die than to let them compound their sins.
Of course, it's also kind of funny, those
Begin by
people who are
slaying that
killing
one
her, they're
over
just kind of
there.
like standing there.
No, it wasn't like this.
What's wrong? Alucard,
My mother never said such a thing.
what do you mean? Kill them and bring them happiness.
No, you're not my
Like,
mother.
that's what people want.
What kind of demon are you?
They want to be killed so that they can be happy. Right, people?
You broke free of my spell. I like that.
Demon, death is too good for you.
Come here, little boy, and show me what you got.
No, I'm fighting a succubus. This fight's actually pretty easy. I forgot the actual trick because it's always a particular one that it goes to. But yeah, she's dead.
Darling, I smell your blood. You're a vampire? Could it be... that strength, that beauty? You're the son of Lord Dracula.
Death in the dream world will set your soul wandering for eternity, demon.
Wait, I beg of you.
Yeah, that was always like an odd death groan. But she dies and she drops that gold ring. Now this ring said something on it. It says inscription where ... clock ... That is important, as we'll be seeing a little bit here. It falls getting to the inverted castle. In order to get another piece we'll need, which is a silver ring, which has something else, and you put it together and you get the clue that tells you what you need to do to get the main item to be able to get to the inverted castle. And if we do that, then okay. So we'll finish this up here. I fall down here. And then I have to run through this area a little bit. So that I can get to an area that I couldn't get to previously, but I now can, and this end will open up a new area, a whole new area for me to explore, so we're gonna do that. Stupid frogs. See this bridge here, you see those things below, you probably saw it earlier. We will be going down there momentarily. That's just it. to the area. Real quick before we get to it, I want to get these secret boots. These are kind of where it says discreetly increases height. And it's like, it actually is at some like weird little like thing. But where I was trying to get to was right over here. If you do this, that gorilla dude. See that message? Something appeared near the wooden bridge. Now remember that wooden bridge from earlier? We're going to be heading back there. But first, I want to wear the Herald Shield. Now the Herald Shield says shield with a heart crest. Whenever this shield blocks damage, it generates a heart for you. That's actually very useful. I didn't get finished on it. I have to go back, and there's actually just one quick thing I need to do. It's mostly just for exploration's sake, for the walk armor later, which I had mentioned previously. Or is it going to be weird and not... strange. Oh well. Oh. Gotta make sure I get that. Oop. Hit the wrong button there. I'm not gonna fight. We're trying to get that last sliver there of exploration. Just because it's not particularly worth it. Now see, that ape wasn't there before. And now, see, what I have to do is I have to leave this room, come back, and then the ape is right here, and I have to... Did he already throw his... I have to do it again. But you have to lure the ape over to the bridge so that he throws his barrel on it. And then you're able to get to the underground caverns. It's actually a neat little gameplay thing. I basically have to do this. Until he gets to a certain point. He gets to here, he throws the barrel, the bridge breaks, and now I can get down here. And there's an entire new area down here to explore. The abandoned mine. Okay, I guess technically two, because the abandoned mine and the catacombs underneath it are considered two separate areas, but I always consider them generally kind of one. Oh well. No, I don't want holy water. Make sure I hit these walls because I do know that there are some secrets kinda in these, and you just gotta make sure you're a little bit thorough in terms of attempting to get them. No, that's actually not where I want to go. There's actually a save point here, I know that much. It's right here. We shall save. Now we'll go into here. And there's this thing. Yeah, his head's like rotate around, it's weird. But he's dead now. Well, game. There we go. Well, that was weird. Kind of like froze there for a sec. Good thing it didn't completely freeze it. But we beat him. And now we continue to head further in. And there's that switch up there, what I can't get to. You actually need a familiar to get to a specific familiar, which I will be getting. Stupid. Yeah, these Salem witches, they can be a little bit of a pain just because of how their attack pattern works. I hate those gremlins. They put those fires like everywhere. Demon card. Interesting. Now get the little demon dude. Got a little spear and he flies around. He attacks things. Here. This is a transportation room, teleportation room dealy, I think. Yep. Wow. I hate these gremlin dudes. Now that little demon guy, he will attack guys occasionally, and he does actually get more powerful attacks as he levels up. Like, he's gonna need to level up a little bit here before you start really seeing him do a whole lot. But he will eventually, and many people consider the demon to more or less kind of be the best familiar to have overall, and you need him in order to do this.
Why don't I press it and see?
These little plant dealies. See, he just attacked something there. Ah, these things. I hate these. Oh man, do I hate these. They're called Venus weeds. And they are some of the hardest enemies in the game. In my opinion. Like, they look like these flowers with like little like naked chicks in them. But it's a pain to get close to them. And if you stand far away, because those things in the ground, they shoot up and stab you. If you get far away and you think you're gonna do like a lot of range things, they shoot those like spikes at you, and then those damage you. So it can be a huge pain fighting them. Later on, you find even tougher ones, not regular areas. That's an interesting item because it gives you a lot of strength, a lot of physical attack, but it lowers your defense to like nothing. And even though in Castlevania you generally want to try and avoid attacks, when your defense is 0, if you get hit, that's gonna really, really hurt, and that's what kind of makes it not very good. Now, you also saw me pick up that item called Power of Sire. That's an item that damages all the enemies on the screen. Go. Yeah, see, that Venus weed there actually dealt me a lot of damage fairly quickly. That's why they can be a bit of a pain. actually, based on my level. I'm definitely getting ready to leave the regular castle here, because typically around level 25 is when you want to be leaving the regular castle. So at that point, most enemies in the castle are usually pretty easy. Okay, we shall go down here. Gold circlet, let's see. Oh wow. Not as much intelligence as my topaz circlet. That's okay. Karma coin, those are interesting. They're like little damaging items. And then combat knife. This weapon's interesting because it does that, but if you tap it twice, it does a stabbing and slash. I'm gonna use it right now. It actually has a higher attack than my other weapon, so I'll make use of it for a little bit. It actually isn't too bad. Now I'm in the catacombs, which I refer to as the underground cavern, which is sort of incorrect. Oh yeah, the music here. The music here is so weird. So yeah, when you kill those guys, they actually run off. And this area is actually kind of a neat little area. Just in terms of getting around in it and stuff. Don't want to quite be going that way just yet. I want to go over here. Stupid slimes. They're a bit of a pain because they're generally immune to just regular damage. And usually you have to either use spells or sub-weapons. Yeah, see, the slimes, they're one of the few enemies that, the holy powder, which we just saw drop there, they're one of the few enemies that's actually useful against. But even still, it's like just this area that you run into them. So, not worth having to keep the entire game for. Especially since they can be damaged by other means like magic and whatnot, so. See, I got this earlier. This echo of bat, which lets me see in here so that I can navigate through. If I touch any of those spikes, it's gonna hurt, and it's gonna fling me back. And then when you get all the way through, it lights up. Hooray. And then you go through here. Actually, I think what I need to do... Nah, I'll keep going. Because I should probably head back and go explore some of the other areas. But I can do it on my way back after I beat the boss. And get the item I need down here. Some items. Yeah, and those skeletons, they're were-skeletons. They are weird. They like fling their head at you and do this like, and then like launch all these bones at you and stuff. Oh man, it is like crazy. Ah, yes, Spike Breaker. This armor is very important. I'm gonna wear it right now. It gives more defense than my current armor. But just read the description. It says Spike Breaking armor. That's going to be important, as I'll be showing you momentarily. So I will head back. Actually, I need to. Back here. No, it's always funny. It's all those lamps like that. Even though I'm at full hearts, I always hit every single one. And it's always really funny that I do. But see these spikes right here? I'm wearing the Spike Breaker armor, so I just break them and they don't hurt me. Now, in the interest of just kind of moving through this game, I'm just gonna wear it while I'm in here and not. What I used to do is like I would always like canvas the entire hallway and just break every single spike, so that in the future there wouldn't be any possible way I could get hurt while in there. But since I'm just trying to move through here. And also because I've been in this room previously, I just kind of want to move through it. I like that pose. That's a very dignified pose. Oh well. Oh no. So I think rather than going to the bottom, I want to go to the top and go back up just a little bit. Oh, okay, I really don't feel like messing around in here. Just real quick, I'm going to check my demon's level. Level 4. See, he's getting back up there. I'm gonna head over this way. I think there's a save room over this way. Yep, just as I thought. Get my full heal going here. And save my game. See, we're a little bit past the halfway mark here, so that's cool. Definitely should be able to finish this area and get some of my finishing up of exploring this castle here. Ah, the bloodstone. Let me... Oh yeah, this says improves blood healing ability. You know, the spell Dark Metamorphosis? That spell? With the bloodstone, it makes it so that when I heal using it, I get double the amount. Kind of useful, but I generally do not use that spell a whole lot, so for the most part, it's actually not terribly relevant to me playing, so we'll just let this save finish here and continue on our way. Definitely going to be able to finish this area up and get some of my exploration of this castle done before the end of this episode. I'm not sure if this episode, if I will get to the inverted castle, but I will definitely be able to get to it next episode, I think. Most definitely. Depends upon how the rest of this episode goes. I think they say monster vials. What those do, when you throw them, they summon a monster that temporarily helps you out. They're kind of useful. Now these... those Hellfire Beasts, they can be a pain when you first meet them. I didn't get knocked out there. I would have been rather upset. Oh yeah, these Gravekeepers, you saw them once before in the Coliseum. They're weird because they seem to be like expert martial artists. Oh yeah, Lhasa. They're like the lantern guys. I actually looked up their name, and the character they are is like, it's like a reference to some novel or something, and it's like some classic. I don't remember the top of my head, but the character that plays that, the character is referred to as Lhasa. And that's why that guy's named Lhasa. The Discus Lord. He actually has a rare chance to drop a very interesting little item. It's an item called the Jewel Sword. Which is interesting because what it does is it basically gives enemies a chance to kill them when they drop a jewel instead of their item. It can be very useful for getting money. Now you saw, just before I picked up this heart max up, I took a quick look at my inventory and checked the ballroom mask. Certainly not better than what I had, so I can switch it out. And it's telling me to go here. Go here. Pick up Ice Brand. It's a better sword. Ice Sword of Mim. Glows. And I can do that. I never really do though. Just because you have to pause right before you do it. But it looks cool. What? I got a jewel sword? No way. But yeah, this is the jewel sword that I was just talking about. It's this, and its regular attack just looks like that, but it's special. It makes these, gives you little coins. This transforms enemies into jewels. Basically what this means is whenever you kill an enemy with the jewel sword equipped, or with the jewel sword, whenever they would drop an item, they instead drop a jewel. Can be very handy when you're trying to like farm up some money. You just equip that, go around and kill some guys, and you get a bunch of jewels that you can sell. I'm not so terribly interested in money, because later on, you get items that just outclass any item you could buy in the shop anyway, so it's typically not worth it to go through the hassle of getting too much money in this game, just because very shortly after you hit the inverted castle, it kind of becomes useless. So I usually don't even really worry about shopping for too much or anything like that. I just went with the jewel sword just because it was a quirky little item. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna head back out the way I came in. Actually, this is the boss fight room. Right before we start this boss fight here, I'm gonna go back. I know I'm kind of just going back and forth here, but I actually... Oh! I actually want to run over here and see what's over here real quick. Yeah. The walk armor. I mentioned this previously, why I'm getting so ridiculous about exploring. Lowers my intelligence a little bit, but I have higher defense, and that defense is only going to go up the more places I explore. It's actually very good armor. So now it's time to go fight the boss. This is a cool boss fight. All these skulls, and then this rises up. That's the Grand Flute. And this is also a reference to, it's like a reference to like a being that's basically this, and it was actually pretty interesting when I looked that up as well. Yeah, he dropped these guys, and then those stocks, they shoot lasers! But yeah, basically, it's like you knock the lumps of people off of it to expose its heart, and then you attack its heart. And when it dies, it does that. And I get one of those. Very nifty. And then this room in the inverted castle, that's a different boss that is considered like the hardest boss in the game. And that boss we'll be getting to sometime later. He can be a pain. It's not as much of a pain in the version I'm playing, because he'll be weaker and he won't have he won't have as high resistance to things, but he's still a pretty tough boss. Now I grab this. More McGill. Yeah, it has the same attack as the other sword, but it looks different. I'll use it just because I like how it looks a little bit more. And now, got most of my major exploration of this castle done. What I need to do now is just kind of finish up, hit the areas I couldn't at the beginning of the game, and also hit the area in the Royal Chapel area that I couldn't get into previously because it was covered in spikes. I should be able to get that done. Looking at the time. We got about 15 minutes, a little more than that. I don't know if I'm going to actually get to the Royal Chapel area because I want to do some of my side exploration first. But I can definitely head back, get some of that done, and set myself up to definitely kind of finish this up and hit the inverted castle next episode. Because I wonder if I should really even just not even bother with saying, oh, I'll do something this episode or next episode, because it happens when it happens, basically. And even though I do play this game quite a lot, and I've played it a lot, just sometimes how I do it and whatnot, it takes a while. So even though I'm thinking I definitely should be able to hit the inverted castle next episode, who knows how my random side explorations will go, things like that, because to even finish them I have to get back to the transportation, which is a bit of a walk as it is. So 27, yep, definitely. So yeah, we're gonna finish our explorations in here. And end this. Okay. This area, when getting back out of it is a bit of a pain because a lot of these rooms are very densely packed with guys. Those blood skeletons, I mentioned this when I back in some of the early episodes, but you cannot kill them. They are unkillable. The most you can do is disable them for a little bit. And I tried. They are completely unkillable. Nothing you can do. This sword does not do as much damage against some of the creatures I'm fighting. However, not that big of a deal. Yeah, I always save a lot. It's a full heal, so always want to take advantage of that when you get the opportunity. making my way back up to the teleporter transportation room. This one I'm gonna have to go around, I believe. I have to do it 4 times. I'll check after 3 just to be on the safe side. Oop, not to my inventory. Yep, it's gonna be 4. As I mentioned previously, counterclockwise. Now, what I get to do is I get to go back to the beginning area and explore a bunch of the stuff that I couldn't because I didn't have the ability to. I could have come back and done this sooner. You can come back and get some of this once you have the double jump. But I always like to just kind of wait to finish up this exploration of this castle, just so that it's kind of like right before I head to the inverted castle, basically. Just finishes it up and gets me ready. So, in the inverted castle, I expect to actually go faster because once I get there, I know exactly where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to the reverse catacombs once I get there, basically, kill the boss there, which I've already talked about. Because once I do that, I'll get an item. I'll get an upgrade for one of my forms that will make the rest of the game super easy. So. Just do that once I hit the inverted castle, and the inverted castle I think will just overall be shorter just because one, it's areas that I'll have even more familiarity with because well, I went through the normal versions and I'll have better items and stuff, so even though the enemies will most definitely be tougher, I will be better equipped to deal with them. So. And I also can't forget to head up the library before I leave this castle, because I think there's a spell I need to buy, and if there's any items or whatnot. I'm just being stupid with this guy, because I just want to kill him. There, I use the backdash to move around. There's just some items up here. Little save point. Let's check my time. And that's where it's only saying 40 minutes, but yet I know for a fact that I've been playing for 50. Oh well. I'm not gonna worry about it. And then some armor. This is the Holy Mail. Strong versus Holy attacks. Now these items that are strong versus holy, they're only useful really against some very, very specific enemies. However, one of them is the end boss of this castle that they're useful against, so they're actually not terribly bad simply for that reason. However, the end boss of this castle, there's a special, all this extra effort I'm putting in is to let me do something during that fight that lets me get to the inverted castle. And I just managed to do Soul Seal by a complete accident. I wasn't even trying to do that. That is one of the few things about this game that bugs me, has always bugged me, no matter what I've played it on, be that PlayStation or Xbox Live, whatever. For some reason, well, the controls are indeed generally very, very tight, very, very good. Sometimes they kind of do things like that. now I have to remember when I was first here, these enemies weren't here. But that's because when you first come here, the enemies you see are specific. The cross, I do not want that, I showed that earlier. Life max. Power of Wolf. This is, I think, something related to charging. Let me check. Yeah, run swiftly. That is what kinda makes the wolf form not completely useless, because there are some areas where it's actually handy to just run really fast. I can't, but basically that happens, and it lets me just kinda just run through some areas very quickly. Like that. I missed that stupid corner. I'm not gonna worry about it. I want to go grab some other areas I need to explore real quick and hit up a save point before I leave, or before I end this episode, so I will be doing that rather than worrying about going back and getting that primer for the walk armor. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, I'm gonna nab a couple more little kinda areas that I couldn't get to previously. And then I'll probably save at the Royal Chapel and end this. It's about how long it's gonna take me to get up there. In the Royal Chapel, I'll be able to get the next item I need. And I can also hit up the Colosseum. And explore another thing that I will need. Another secret area. I pointed that one out. I actually exposed it earlier, but I wasn't able to get into it. I'm gonna go back there, go in there now, get that, and then I think I'll end this. In next episode, I'll get all poised to fight the boss of this castle, and then move on to the inverted one. So we'll do that. But we got these couple little secrety areas here. See the beginning of the game. Oh yeah, this is an area that just has all of the special weapons. It's funny though, because I had the diamond. It just turns into a heart. And I kind of fiddled with it one time, so that I fiddled with how I picked things up and whatnot, so that I had the diamond, but I still saw the diamond graphic on the ground. When you pick up the diamond graphic, if you already have it, it's still just 5 hearts. But we're gonna get this relic here. Skill of Wolf. This is the relic, I believe, that lets you just do a special move. Just do yeah, it's basically it basically allows you to just immediately go to the run swiftly mode as the wolf, and that's what really makes it useful. What's funny is you see looking at the map there a lot, that you see that one little square that I'm near, that little black square. You'd think there was some secret there. There isn't. I have tried, and I have not been able to find one. I'm pretty sure that there isn't, but it's just funny because because you look at it and you're like, that's gotta have a secret. It's got to. Doesn't. Oh man, I'm gonna mess this up. Hold on. I'm just a little bit lazy. Don't feel like timing it right. Now, remember this room. This is where I fought the very first boss that I fought. Now, I will be going over to this area. And I will be nabbing something else that I can use. It's the bat card. This lets me summon the bat familiar. You know what? I think I'm going to. So I'm gonna use that familiar. He's a neat little familiar. Doesn't seem like too much when he first comes down. Just a little bat.
But so this is always funny, the stuff you can do with him. Like, you have him around and he's floating around with you. When you transform him into bat, you see a little heart. And he loves it. He's great. Oh, that's great. You know, whenever you do a fireball, he does it too. Oh, that's awesome. But then when you transform out of bat, he's like, what? Why'd you, what? He's all confused, like, why'd you do that? And, he's always just kind of, like, it's always just kind of quirky because, like, among the familiars, it's the one that, like, shows, like, the most character, like, and it's really weird because when you're not in bat for him, he just kind of, yeah, I'm following you, yeah, I'm on it. But then, like, you shift the bat, he's like, oh, I'm right there, man. He's all confused. And it's always interesting too because when he attacks, like, he's always there's a little chime, and it's like blink, oh, and then attacks it, and it's always neat. I think I'll use him for a while, just kind of showcase that. Let's see, looking at the time, this whole chapel area, I gotta, let's see. It's a while to the nearest save point. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head back down here. I'm gonna hit the save point in this episode. So I'm not gonna be getting to the inverted castle just yet, but definitely setting myself up to be able to do it next episode, no problem. So I'll be getting the item I need, doing what I need to do, and then heading up there and doing that boss fight. It's a neat little boss fight, pretty challenging. Let me just save here. And that is episode 5 of my full playthrough of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Hope you guys are liking this. Stay tuned for the next one, and thank you very much for watching.